Some music playing because that would be nice. How are you? I'm back. I don't quite have a good idea on what I'm gonna draw. I have a couple ideas on what I want to draw, but I kind of don't have a good like solid grasp on what would be uh oh, it might help if I turn the music down, huh? Just a little bit. But I don't have a good grasp on what I want to draw. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start it off. File, and then we're just getting new. Now, oh goodness, this can get huge. These are pretty decent sizes. I'm actually not sure what a good size for this would be. So let's just pick up the smaller one because we can. And this orientation makes me feel like I should do I should try out drawing my my superhero character. Cause that sounds like it'd be a decent idea. So we're gonna make this smaller, and I'm gonna take a second and we're gonna see if we can find a good reference. Now he's gonna be a little bit more difficult to draw, specifically because I don't think there will be a good reference unless I like, I don't know, took some cardboard out back, cut it out, and like posed for some myself. So a lot of this is going to be fairly new to me, which is, I mean, it's a thing, right? There we go, that should be a good picture. Alright. So what I want to do is I really want to start off by kind of sketching around and seeing if I can come up with the good pose here. So guy's going to be kind of a boss, so we want to make sure that we let's just do basic body shapes right now. So like if we came in here, is this just not working? Oh no, it is working. It's just really light. It's really light because it's a higher resolution than I'm used to. I think 5 is the normal one. So this is just kind of the sketch layer. So we want a head to be around here. I think this also means that I need to kind of darken this up. Let's see if that helps any. Sure. So if that's his head, then we're going to come underneath his chin, and this is going to be kind of his shoulder to shoulder. And this way, we'll make sure to keep everything in some sort of fashion. Now, the question is kind of what pose should I do for him, right? Like, because that seems like a pretty strong chest line. We've got him coming out here. Maybe. So, I mean, a lot of this is going to be hidden behind a shield, which is kind of the point. How I'm going to design the shield, I'm not quite sure yet. But that being said, we can kind of... Oh, there we go. And then we can have the shield over here. Right? And that way that'll work out a lot better. That's essentially what we want. It's not the best, but I think I also need to like lengthen this a bit because otherwise he's gonna have like really short really short legs. So here's my plan, and this is kind of the crux of the entire thing. So this is my hero character. He's gonna be kind of just a badass. And let's just come up here, and we're gonna work on this face a little bit. So I guess we want him kind of looking this way. Like someone just pissed him off. And that would be kind of interesting. Actually, at that rate, that's probably not good. I probably want to raise it up just a little bit, give him some neck. Because otherwise it's going to look like someone smacked him on top of the head and he got shorter. Oh! I forgot that was on multiple layers. That should not have been on multiple layers. Whoopsie! Alright, my bad. My bad. That's okay though. We gotta fix him up anyway. So I'm thinking he's gotta have a big dome head. Like he's gonna be nasty. Now the reason why I want him to have such a large head is because he's going to have, like, most of this is going to be helmet. And that way I'm going to cut down on a lot of this. And this way... we might also be able to get proper look at this. So if we put this way, that should get about to there before it starts coming over, because that's where the elbow is, right? That's probably too steep. There we go. So now we actually have an idea of where this is going to be. So let's come back to this layer and start doing some major erasing. Because I'm hoping after that it should be cleaned up quite a bit. Because this right here, this kind of just comes in and around. And we're going to bulk him up too, because he's going to have to be a big guy. There's no way he can be a small guy. some definition over here. There we go. He's going to be kind of a short, stout guy, I think. That way we're going to be able to manipulate it just a little bit better. Oof. Oof. I don't want to give him that side butt. Side butt sounds bad. Instead, we're going to thicken it out this way. Because it's less that. It's more of his hip. And we'll go right into the thigh. There you go. That should be good, right? I hope I'm doing this right. Cool. Alright, so doing that, we can also kind of gotta put his kneecap in. Just like that. And then we gotta find that eraser again. Jack it up to 250. And then start... Oop. Start getting rid of some of this. Oh, wait a second. That's all on the lower layer. Goodness. I didn't realize how much of this was on the lower layer. Oh, that was on the lower layer. That's gotta fix that. Now the question is do I want to go with what kind of style, right? Like there's plenty of ways to go about it. I'm thinking he might need to be more angular just due to his construction, cuz that would be a little bit more intense, you know what I mean? Let's put that there. Let's just put that there. Now you should have a decently sized... That might be a little bit too big. Gotta have some big meaty hands. You'll probably take an eraser to most of this. There we go. Let's get rid of a lot of this inner space play. There we go. Perfect. Oh! Hello, oh, well, no, they left. Okay. It's okay. Alright, now another thing I want to do is I want to change the shield up just a little bit. I don't want to deal with that right now. So I'm also going to cut down on this right there. Because I think with this, I'm pretty much going to take it from the elbow, or from the armpit, and just bring it straight down. So that's going to be unnecessary. And that will also thin out this arm a little bit. Which should be good. Oof. Perspective's getting a little bit off there. That's okay though. It's okay though, we'll reel it back in. Boop, 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 boop. That's not where I want to put that at all. I want to put that on the layer that I'm actually working on. Don't want that to go away then. That looks high. Maybe I should have cut it back here and just had this forward. That way I don't know how that looks. It's kind of rough, in all honesty. I don't like that at all. His hand does look just a little bit too big. What if I cut it down by like that, right? And then we'll use an eraser at 70 or something, and then we're gonna cut this down right in there. That'll work. Alright, so since we have this, I kind of want to put this arm out to this side. Oof. He looks super weak that way. We're probably gonna have to beef him up over here. We're probably gonna beef up all of his limbs, in all honesty. We're gonna have to beef up everything. This guy looks super weak. Like he skipped every single. Like he skipped every single chance he could to skip the gym. Ooh. That would have been weird. That way, we should actually put some more up here. There we go. That looks a little better. Now remember, we're gonna have to layer this up too. This is kind of just finding the right spots. Oof, hard oof. Don't get me wrong, it's just that these legs don't look like they're this from the same person. So let's just try. Let's try to even that out a little bit. Or is it better just to leave this straight? That could be another option too, is just like, is just to come in here. Let's add another layer. Oop. New layer, new raster layer, there you go. Let's try this. I'm just curious on how this would look. I kind of like that better, because then it's like he's like looming over you. That'd be pretty good. Okay, music didn't stop. Thought the music was going to stop for a second. So what I can do is I can just take an eraser to most of this. make sure that I don't erase everything that I want. That'd be great. Alright. It's so weird, because, like, I want there to be a good, like, tower shield in here, you know what I mean? Like, something that's meaty and substantial. Ooh. I'm gonna delete this layer. There you go, I didn't lose actually much anything. I might as well connect this back. You know what I mean? Like there should be some area in here, but I don't think it's gonna be all that much, in all honesty. After looking into it, like, it should be pretty. There you go. And this should all be covered by muscles. There you go. God, that arm looks just comedic, how buff it is. Let's cut this down a little bit. Don't get me wrong, there's muscle there, but man, that was a muscly boy. Why don't we check and see if we can find another reference? Let's see if we can find another reference. Let's do I mean, I can get people that are like, I don't know. I just want to make sure I'm getting the look right, right? Ah, I know what I did. I know what I did. Okay, edit, and then we gotta select things. So let's how do we select? That's my question. Selection area. Okay, so this is the problem that I had, and this is exactly what happened. So now if I move it, can I move it? Let me see if I can just like cut or let's merge with layer below, and let's keep this, and then we're gonna move it again. I guess not. How do I stop this? Okay, so my problem with this is that we have a character, and like they don't look like a strong guy because a strong guy isn't built up like that. They've got to have the we've got to build things up even further. So we have to build things up by taking away. It looks like he's just a fluffy guy. You know what I mean? So what we need to do is we really need to like pull things back somehow. We can erase that too. Why is this a thing? Wait, why? Hold on, I'm super confused. I'm super confused. How do I get rid of the selection? I'm so confused. All right. Well, here we are learning where things are now. Is there a... Delete. Oops. Hold on. So there has to be a way to... I am so mad right now. What the heck happened to the bar? Oh, delete that. I think that was right over here. I think that's what that was. So no, that's not what we want. We're gonna have to merge with the layer below. And we're gonna need to come in here. Selection. And let's see if we can move it. There we go. I don't know why, but all these all these bodybuilders have like the craziest freaking shoulder muscles. It's ridiculous. Okay, can I just say this is done? That's my question. Oh, that's not what I want to do there. Alright, deselect. Ah, there we go. Much better. Much better. Okay, so these guys always have like the craziest necks. I don't quite understand it. Cause like we'll have collarbone here, right? And then their neck is going to come down to here, like crazy long. And then they have like these. There you go. Those shoulder muscles. Like that's what it feels like. All these pictures, it's all they have. These guys with these super long necks. It's kind of crazy. But if we have this kind of set up, what I can do is I can just draw the head a little bit thicker, you know? Like he's gonna be a meaty boy. All right. I also want to move this arm out just a little bit further. I think we're gonna try and fit that hand. right on this hip right here. That's probably where we want it. There we go. This guy should start looking like a monster, in all honesty. It's really strange, because there's like... It's like a little bit of a bend there. And then this is just like mostly straight. So we got this, but it makes him look like he's got a flat ass. We want to give him like monster ass. At least that's the plan. We're gonna overlap this just a little bit. Alright, now with the tower shield. I might just try and do the tower shield itself separately. Why don't we try doing that? New layer. Austere layer. Alright. So what I want to do is I want to make this shield like super cool. So we're going to have to go back to drafting a little bit. Should I make it just like a giant coffin? That'd be kind of cool. Because we aren't going to be able to put his hand on, like, very well after. You know what I should do? I should try the select thing again. So if we just select here to... I realize I could just make it a kite shield. Which is fine. But, I want the flat bottom specifically because I'm thinking that, like, this character is going to be strapped with explosives. Don't want explosives going off in any sort of uncontrolled environment. That would be bad. What am I getting messages for? Okay. People getting packages. Copy and paste? Is that what we want? I want a copy and paste. And then, can I like flip it? Is that what I can do? Oh, we can just do it like that. Oh, looks like it needs to be just a hair bigger. Just a hair. And then we can just deselect there. Go back to our drawing. It's kind of nice. Alright. So that's going to be our shield, at least our template for our shield. I'm thinking that since he wants to cover his head a lot, we're going to want to put his hand right about here. So this is where his knuckles are going to be. And then his hand's going to like fold over here. So there's going to have to be a bar here or something. Because he's going to have his fingers coming up and over. Essentially, that's what we're gonna have. We're also gonna need to like we're gonna have to redo all that, but whatever. So if we add the ability to see, oh, we should probably apply this to this. Merge with layer below, and then we should be able to see this now. Okay. We're probably also gonna have to cut down on the width of it. So let's start with that. Edit, transform. We're gonna scale this. Whoops. So I think what we want to do is we're gonna rotate it so his hand more matches up what the heck's going on. Actually, that's not too bad. All things considered, that's kind of where we were at. The only thing I want to do is I want to make sure that we don't want to necessarily keep the ratio, because we probably want the shield just a little bit thinner. Because think about it, it's going to be filled with this, it's going to be just ridiculous on the amount of explosives it has, like it's going to be heavy. So we're going to keep it that way, and then we'll go to like apply a transform. Yes. And then we're going to need, we're going to need to erase some major lines that are coming down into our character's body. And I went and erased a little bit too much, so let's just undo that. There we go. How does that look? I don't think that looks too shabby at all. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna come in and we're going to like we're gonna have to figure out how we're going to actually make armor for him. I should figure out how this hand works. I should figure out how hands work in general. Let's be honest here. Hands are hard. Hands are just not friendly. I mean, we can put the thumb up here. And then this would literally just be like little. He's got way too many fingers. Oops. Let's just get rid of that for a second. My bad, bro. Gave you way too many fingers. There you go. Okay, and that line would actually that line really does help me out. I think that was actually a really good line I put in, because that gives our arm a little bit more shape. That can still be kind of sharp, but we can kind of tone that one in. And then that's all unnecessary. So what we need to do is we need to figure out how we're going to, hold on. Should probably put the take two on the fingers. Take two. Okay, so the way I have it is these should be way, way steeper of an angle. There we go. And also, this thumb looks a little jacked. We're probably gonna have to thicken it up a bit, because there you go. God, I'm so bad. It's not too bad, actually. Alright. We'll get more into that. Actually, you know what would be a cool idea? Is so the guy is less of a normal superhero. He's more of like a makeshift wannabe superhero. So what if we come over here and we give him like a welder's face mask? You know what I mean? Because if he's makeshift, he's not going to have access to the best stuff. And we could really use like that line right there. And that way we'll just have this set up just like a welding mask. That actually looks pretty good. Now, I guess the question is, like, what kind of material would this even be? Because it would have to be pretty ridiculous, in all honesty. Especially if he's trying to keep himself from exploding the entire time. But you also need the mobility. So there's going to have to be quite a bit of overlap in all this. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to split them up. We're going to carve them up like a... We'll have to somehow give it depth, which is going to be more in the coloring phase than anything else. I also think that we keep it angular, right? So like we'll keep like that section out. There we go. He'll look like a really strange polygonal man. So if we keep like the throat isolated right there, so that he can move, but then kind of split this stuff off. Actually looks pretty solid. So we know on the other side of this, there's going to have to be some armor here. So we're going to build up the armor. His arm's, of course, right there. Now, how the armor is connected to itself, we don't quite know. At least that's something I don't quite know. There's gotta be something here though. Now, here's another good spot, because this is going to want to curve in here. Same with this. Oh no, this is going to curve that way. So what I can do is let's pull this out this way. And this way we can have kind of like a kneecap piece right there. Because the kneecap piece can kind of fit underneath when his leg is straight. And that means that this is going to come out, and that's going to protect the shin. I don't know how I'd protect the calf is kind of my issue, but I kind of want to make sure that this guy has something protecting this. So we're gonna give him like a small buffer that'll go over, and then we'll also have like a cod piece, just like that coming down. Guy looks like a juggernaut. I'm loving it. It's kind of the idea though. Cuz we want to come down here and we want to make sure that he is a faceless mess. Whew, this sketching is taking way longer than I thought it was going to. So, in all honesty, this should be down a little further because of how he's posed. So we're gonna bring these lines down right there. Why don't we get that eraser again? Bring it up to 30 and get rid of some of this. Oh, no. Let's bring it up to 200. There you go. All right. Because then we can put lines here and here, and we can double up on this. My computer's like not happy with me right now. All right. So this should also come up, kind of a diamond shape. Come down the arm. That'll be fine. And then remember that we also need to protect this, so I think we're going to go with the same idea. Oh, that's going to grind together, isn't it? Alright, remember, well, he's going to... Okay, so if he's moving around, is it better to protect this or to protect this? I believe because you're going to put the forearm first, you're going to want to protect that first. So we're going to have a little bit of erasing. So what we can do is kind of bring this in like this, and this can come in. All right, that needs to be bigger. Looks like he's got like super short arm. Alright, so we're going to miss out on kind of like the corner area, but that'll be fine. Because that should just slot right in now, which is what we want. Oop. Whoop. What did I do? Oh, I made my brush size too big. Made my brush size just a little too thick. Alright, but this way we're going to have a little bit of playroom. And this is just the concept art, so we're not going to get too far into it. However, we know that the gauntlet is going to have to come up this way so that he actually can use this arm. The hand needs to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to have to redo that. So we know that this is gonna, like, this leg is gonna be a little bit lower just because of how he's standing. So a lot of that's just gonna come down to making sure that we get these kind of things right. Because that's right, and then that's the shield. Alright. Maybe I got these right, in all honesty. Because this hand does look like it's the proper size for him. Like, oh, it's a little bit big. It's a little bit big, but I think we can work with this. Like, I honestly think this is that we can work with. What I could do is I could copy it. Oh, that's what I could do. I could copy it, I could flip it, and then I could erase the stuff that doesn't make sense there, and then just change the angles. But I think I'll leave that for next time. This is the concept sketch of Claymore. Claymore being my superhero that I've made up. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed the time. It took me about an hour just to sketch it. Which means I'm going to have to put a lot more time into this than I thought I was going to. Which is fine. I hope, as long as you guys enjoyed it and maybe kind of got an idea on I don't even know if you guys are learning anything. I'm learning a ton, in all honesty. Like we're getting something done here. Like we're figuring out perspective, and for example, we're gonna have to widen that out because his arm is going off the screen there. And then by that point, we'll move this hand over here. We'll double it up. It'll be sweet. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you guys want anything drawn, or, you know, you want the long con and figuring out how to draw and me learning along with you, like, that would be sweet. I would love to do that. Because that way, everybody gets better. And I would love tips and tricks. If you guys have any, please put them in the comments below. But until next time, peace out, guys.